Hey fight fans, welcome back to the Fight Book. This is the Indian accent guy, and Dana White just announced massive fights. Man and co-main event of UFC 317 card, the headliner of UFC 319, Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall, Della Maddalena versus Islam Makhachev updates, and more. So without wasting any time, let's start the video so that you can stay updated with the fight world. Let's start from Islam Makhachev. Dana White announced that Islam Makhachev is vacating his lightweight title and is moving up to the 170 pounds division to fight Della Maddalena for the welterweight title to become the double champ in the UFC. Makhachev had previously said that he do not want to vacate his title, but I think the boss has convinced him. Anyway, Della Maddalena has told Dana White that he wants to fight Islam Makhachev in Australia to avenge Alexander Volkanovski's losses to Islam. Now that Volk has the featherweight title, we could see an all-Australia versus Russia in the man and co-main event in one night, but that's up to Dana White. JDM believes he can stop Makhachev's takedowns and can knock him out. He wants to come back as soon as in September.
Like the sport, I mean, the belt doesn't really mean too much. It's all about the fights, I feel.
The belt doesn't mean anything.
I mean, it's obviously whoever I beat the guy that had it, but there's a lot of guys that anyone can win on any given night. I think I can beat a lot of the top contenders. I back myself.
Anyway, with Makhachev moving up, we have our new main event for UFC 317 card, where former featherweight champion Ilia Topuria is moving up to fight Charles Oliveira for the vacant UFC lightweight championship. Islam Makhachev will be vacating his lightweight belt at the beginning of UFC 317 main event between Topuria and Oliveira on June 28, so his reign will be ended at 980 days. The co-headliner of the card will be a flyweight championship bout where Alexandre Pantoja will return to defend his flyweight belt for the fourth time against Kai Kara-France. If you don't know, Pantoja has already defeated Kai Kara-France in TUF 2016 via unanimous decision. Now Kai Kara-France is coming off a win over Steve Erceg, while Pantoja is coming off his win over Kaya Sakura. First of the two other fights that are added on UFC 317 card is number 9 ranked UFC lightweight Beneil Dariush returning against number 10 ranked Renato Moicano. This fight is rebooked after getting cancelled from UFC 311. Dariush is coming off back-to-back losses from Oliveira and Arman Tsarukyan, while Moicano is coming off his loss to Islam Makhachev at UFC 311. Other fight is a middleweight bout where number 12 ranked Paulo Costa will return against number 14 ranked Roman Kopylov. Costa is also on a 2-fight losing streak to Whittaker and Strickland, while Kopylov is currently riding a 2-fight win streak over Almeida and Chris Curtis. Anyway, the main event of UFC 318 was already announced, which is Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier for the BMF belt. So Dana White announced the main event of UFC 319, which will take place in Chicago, Illinois on August 16th. This is a middleweight headliner where champion Dricus Du Plessis will return in his third title defense against number 3 ranked 14-0 undefeated Khamzat Chimaev, who is coming off his biggest victory in the UFC over Robert Whittaker. The rumored fight for this card was Alex Pereira versus Nurmagomedov Ankalaev 2, but now when this fight is announced for August PPV, Nurmagomedov Ankalaev now wants Alex Pereira rematch in Abu Dhabi in October at UFC 321. Anyway, Dana White also gives update about Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. He says he will be announcing Jones versus Aspinall fight soon, and this heavyweight fight will definitely happen. Top-ranked UFC heavyweight Curtis Blades calls the UFC to strip Jon Jones for his heavyweight title, and Jon Jones responds to all of this criticism and the death taunts he gets by the fans in his DMs, and he says he's living his best life and is not decking Aspinall. Now, when we know the upcoming PPV schedule, I guess Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall will happen in November at Madison Square Garden at UFC 322. Moreover, Daniel Cormier also reacts to Jon Jones, saying he would beat Daniel Cormier at heavyweight worse than he beat him at the light heavyweight.
John Jones, when I was actively fighting, said I would not fight Daniel at heavyweight because it gives him an advantage. That's where he's best at. Yeah, he's out of his mind.
Anyway, that's not all for the UFC announcements. We have some other announcements as well. 3 fights are added on UFC Abu Dhabi card on July 26th. First is a middleweight bout where Nurmagomedov will be returning after losing his oath to Michael Venom Page, this time against Marc-Andre Barriault, who is coming off his recent win over Bruno Silva at UFC 315. Other 2 are light heavyweight bouts. In the first one, number 10 ranked Nikita Krylov will be returning after losing his fight to Dominic Reyes at UFC 314 against number 14 ranked Bogdan Guskov, who is riding a 3-fight win streak after losing his short notice debut. He is coming off a win over Billy Alekana. By the way, second announcement is about Billy Alekana, who will be facing Ibo Aslan, returning from his loss to Ion Cutelaba. Anyway, the headliner of the card, Robert Whittaker, also wants his fairy tale ending after seeing his fellow Australians Alexander Volkanovski and Jack Della Maddalena get successful in the UFC. He says he wants to win the belt and then gets retired. Last fight that is announced is a lightweight bout which is added at UFC 316 card. Quillan Skillet, who is coming off his famous knockout win over Anshul Jubli, is returning against a fighter from Israel, Yanal Ashmuz, who is coming off his win over Trevor Peak. And now lastly, there were some rankings updates after UFC 315 results. New welterweight champion Jack Della Maddalena makes big impact on latest official pound-for-pound list, debuting at number 9. Former champ Bilal is now number 1 contender at 170 pounds and drops 6 spots to number 13 on pound-for-pound list. With the addition of Jack Della Maddalena, Arman Sarukian departs the pound-for-pound list. Moreover, there were lots of movements at women's flyweight and on pound-for-pound list as well. Bullet Valentina Shevchenko maintains top spots of both lists, and Natalia Silva is now the new number 1 contender at 125 pounds, and she is up 5 spots to number 8 in pound-for-pound list as well. The other flyweight victorious of UFC 315 card, Jasmine Jasudavicius, is also up 3 spots to number 6 at women flyweight rankings. Lastly, following his gutsy performance at UFC 315, Ayman Zahabi moves up 4 spots in the official bantamweight rankings and now sits at number 11. Jose Aldo drops off the list with the retirement, allowing Vinicius Oliveira to enter at number 15. And that's all in this video. Now you are again completely up to date with the fight world. To stay updated, you know what you're supposed to do. So do that and then do whatever you want.